Council position, it's Ward 2, Position 2. This will be Bill Ott first.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Seen a lot of friends out there, and it's so good to have a great turnout for this. They told us we're supposed to have 5 minutes to introduce ourselves, so I'm going to go all the way back to 1950. Where I was born in Chicago, lived there for 5 years until my parents moved down to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, and they were kind enough to take my sister and I along with them. I lived down there from the age of 5 to the age of 50. The age of 50, I moved up here. Hot Springs was a very good training ground for me, getting community active, because I was very active down there, as was my entire family. And so I guess it not only was in my heart, but it was also in my genes to try to do things that I could for my community. And I've got to tell you, I've been back to high school reunions since I moved here. I moved here at the turn of the century, and people go, "What?" It was 2000. And when I go back to see my old friends in Hot Springs, said, "Do you think you'll ever move back to Hot Springs?" I'm going, "Nope. I found my home right here in Eureka Springs, Arkansas." And I've tried to become equally as active in this community as I was in Hot Springs, but I think I've even outdone myself for the 50 years that I was down there. Here in Eureka, I've been president of the chamber. I was chairman of the Mayor's Tourism Task Force. I was chairman of the Eureka Springs Group Travel Committee. I was president of the Eureka Springs Rotary Club. I was board president twice for the Eureka Christian Health Outreach, better known as ECHO. I served on the Eureka Springs City Council from 2003 and 2004, and I'm currently in that position again, finishing out my 2-year term at the end of this year, asking for your vote to put me back in for 2 more. And I've also been active this time go around with the Arkansas Municipal League. In fact, they even put me on their Economic Development Advisory Council and invited me back to come join them for 2 years. I attended the University of Central Arkansas in Conway, and I'm not kidding when I tell you this. I graduated summa cum barely with a degree in history and business and in communications. My career has been in the tourism industry. I started in 1975 working with the Hot Springs Advertising and Promotion Commission as their account executive and creative director and a media relations person. And I did that till I moved up here and then continued on in that line of work. I've been very, very pleased with living here and working with the tourism industry in town, what I call our only industry in town. And it's been very rewarding. And I was pleasantly surprised and thank my higher power for this, but the Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism inducted me into the Arkansas Tourism Hall of Fame earlier this year for my 45 years of service in the tourism industry, and that was quite an honor. My activities in Eureka have been those that I mentioned, but I've also done other things, such as I was the first king of Mardi Gras. All that does is put a ring around my head every year when I put that crown on that's ill-fitting, but I still enjoy it. It was great to get that. It's such a great event that has started, and trust me, it has grown leaps and bounds from when 2006 when we first started that. And I guess one of the other things that I've really enjoyed, that you've honored me with this position, and I'm so glad. I think I see a lot of you who have sat in my lap. I'm also the official Santa Claus for Eureka Springs, a title that I've held in 2009, 18, 19, 21. And if the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, I'll be doing it again this year in December. So I expect to see each and every one of you. And if you come sit in my lap, tell me what you want, and I'll even give you a candy cane. So I'm not bribing your vote. That'll be after the election, so it doesn't really matter. And last, and surely not least, I just wanted to mention that it's been a joy to be on the city council. It's been a joy to work with people. Our projects right now include a resident parking ordinance we're trying to get up, because people that live here and have homes, and some of you live on the side of the street that has off-street parking. Some of you live on the side of the street that your home is built into a bluff. For those people, you've got to park your vehicles on the street. We've got to come up with a plan. We're working hard, crafting this thing to at least get a test area going, so the people who live here can have a place to park in front of their home. So we're working hard for you in that. Oh, and the other thing, thank you. Okay.
Bill, I'm going to pull you up next. Bill, you're up for this question.
Thanks.
Bill is running against Steve Holyfield, and this is Ward 2, Position 2. And your question, Bill, is the same. Your number one issue, whatever issue you'd like to say that's your hinge pin, and then the other one is synergy. He'll raise his hand up at 30 seconds, and you get to answer both. Ready, go!
One thing I want to make perfectly clear is I'm not running against anyone. We're both running for the same position.
Very nice.
Because I don't think in this community we need to be against each other. We need to be for working towards. The major issue that I have, and something I tried to do when I got in 2 years ago, and I'm going to keep striving on this until we get it done. When I was in the first time, we developed a Vision and Action Task Force. We prioritized, we got a list of things we want to get accomplished in the city, and then prioritized them. I want our city to do that again. I want the city council to work for things rather than just putting out fires. I think if we become proactive and try to say, this is what we want in this order, and we work on number one until it's accomplished, and then go to number two, that will help make our city better, and it'll help me. And one of the things I failed to mention at the end before was I also volunteer as a substitute teacher in Eureka Springs school districts, and I see these kids and I'm going, gosh, I hope when they graduate there will be jobs and opportunities for them here in Eureka Springs, so they won't have to leave. They'll have the opportunity to stay here in their hometown if they want to, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Thank you.
Let's see, how do we say this? You guys are more efficient than I thought.